Welcome, cave dwellers. You are now entering the Geek Cave.
What's up, cave dwellers? My name is TC, and welcome to the Geek Cave Show. We have a very special episode today. We have the face, the owner of Jay-3 Entertainment. We have Jay himself on the show today. Jay, what's going on, man?
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing out there? Hey, out there in TV land?
If you guys haven't checked out J3 Entertainment, I'm going to go ahead and leave a link in my description for this episode so you guys can definitely check out his stuff. He does some freaking amazing videos. And I kind of learned about you, Jay, when you guys were first the movie hoppers. It was you, and I believe it was like Runnin' Joe Genji. And I was a fan of like how refreshing you guys were in terms of like how you guys would like dissect a trailer or a movie. Like you would look at it from like a critic's eye and then like an entertainment value eye and like a fan's eye. And I thought that was really cool. And then also, I think you're one of the realest channels out there who, doesn't try to pander to anybody and pretty much will give your opinion. And pretty much like how I do on this channel, like my opinion could be unpopular sometimes, but I think those make for the best channels.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Like I wanted to show, honestly, keeping 100 is like being, African American. I wanted to show a different side of reviewing films. I wanted people to say like, oh, these cats are they don't know anything. But if I could show you how I look at something in an entertainment factor and then also looking at a critic factor, it makes you a little bit different. It makes the audience feel you, because some people look at movies differently. Some people only go for entertainment, or they go to be a critic. And for me, both ways for me.
And people will also point out your biases too. Like if they see a bunch of Batman posters hanging up behind you, they'll be like, "Oh, this guy is just a DC fanboy," So you have to be.
But I am.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. I'm a super DC fanboy, but I'm not, blinded to the fact of the DCU and that universe that they got. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But this one, I don't know. We're pretty much going to talk about movies coming up in 2017 and what we're kind of hyped for. We'll start with Logan because that's going to come out first, I believe, in March. What are your overall thoughts on Logan?
Well, if you guys like personally just do a rundown, I'm a fan of Hugh Jackman, but I've never liked the portrayal, like how he portrayed Logan or Wolverine in sense.
Dude,
so when
I feel like every time I say that, there's tons of like Hugh Jackman, just diehards that just love him. But in terms of like the appearance, I think I don't know if it's gonna be called nitpicky, but he's too tall for me. Yeah. I always would like preferred someone like a Tom Hardy, who I think he would be the greatest Wolverine ever. He's he's got the stature, he's got the aggressiveness, he's got the intensity. I mean, I appreciate everything that Hugh has done for Wolverine, but I think, like you said, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, it's just the fact that I grew up with the late '80s, early '90s Wolverine, and he was a beast. He's savage, you know what I mean? And Hugh Jackman is just a lover boy, and it sucks because it's like so much potential in that character, man. Wolverine, like just the Sentinels and Wolverine getting in there, just just. And they take away the murdering factor of Wolverine in the movie because they say, oh, the kids but it's not he's not a kid character, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and Logan kind of gives me that vibe that we might get a Wolverine. However,
it's rated R now, so they are gonna go that route. And I think in the Red Band trailer at the end, they have a shot where he's got his claws through someone's head. So. I think we are going to get a little bit more of that like savage berserker type of Wolverine. But to me, it's a little bit too late. It's a little too late.
It's late. You got to switch him up.
Yeah, and even going back to like, trying to make him kind of savage. I think, what movie was it? I think it was Apocalypse, where they tried to recreate the whole Weapon X mask scene. Remember that? That was such a letdown for me, man. Like,
all right. It was a good sign to show that they might give 2 cents about how we feel about Logan or Wolverine.
Yeah.
But I have to get it. It looked kind of like a cheap factor in the
looked like a cosplay prop. Almost.
Yeah, like I forgot about it. Like you just brought it back to my attention. Like I forgot about that movie. Was so terrible with just seeing Apocalypse be the size of Wolverine and just like what the
Yeah.
Life was short, bro. That's trash, man. Bad movie. Oh, I've been on
Yeah.
that all day.
But I think I think we will get a good story here in terms of I think the overall story is gonna have a lot of emotional weight to it if they stick to like a core amount of characters. You don't start bringing in all these X-Men from everywhere, and you'd really tell a good story with the girl X-23. So I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for a good story, and I'm glad to see Hugh back for his last movie. But I think after this, we either better get a new X-Men universe or a new Wolverine.
We need to get a whole new vamp, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because, and a lot of people are saying, Hugh Jackman, but look, personally, I don't want to see Wolverine and X-Men first off, hands down. I grew up when I was introduced to X-Men. It was the original squad, and one of my favorite mutant of all time is Gambit. I just love Gambit.
Oh, you must be super pissed off about the Channing Tatum 2000 Never coming out.
Bruh, oh my, dude, it's like a week. He's weak. Oh man. Anyway, besides that, I'm a big Gambit fan, but my second favorite character is Beast. And just to see, I can't think of the actor name. He played in
is it
Mad Max.
James Holt? Or Nicholas Holt? Sorry.
He's just weak. They took everything away from Beast to make him a geeky character.
Yeah.
And I hate that. And I hate that they tried to do that with characters to, appeal to the nerdy audience. But
yeah.
It's an insult because everyone's a little nerdy in their own way, but don't take a strong character like Beast and completely nerd him out where he can't talk to women.
Yeah. What's that called? Unpopular opinion again, but Kelsey Grammer, was a better Beast. He exhibited a lot of the characteristics of Beast over Nicholas Holt, I think.
When you go back and you watch X3, a lot of people say it's the worst one and all that stuff, but honestly, I think when we did on Jody's Corner, we did an episode on the future and the past of X-Men or something like that. I can't remember the title, but when you sit there and you break the movie down, I have to say X3 had more X-Men qualities than any of the movies because they showed about the racism factor, about being segregated and being treated differently just because you were mutant, not being told but visually able to see it. And I think Kelsey Grammer was on point, man. He was that Beast. He was the mature one in the group.
Dude, he was hanging in jail upside down reading books. All right.
And they still haven't done that. Like I want to see X-Men 1960 version with the original 5, and I want to see Beast before he's blue. I want to see you go ahead and just make a LeBron James character with big hands, big feet, agile, can hop 50 feet in the air, and watch his transition. That's what I want to see.
Dude, one of the underrated scenes, now that I'm thinking about X3, you were kind of reminded me, that moment where Mystique she gets hit with the cure, and then you really see how evil Magneto is. Like, she's been his ride or die, like, forever. And then as soon as she's hit with that cure, he's like, all right, that's enough of you.
You're not one of us. You're not part of the squad. But that's where it went with the segregation and the racism factor in the mutant universe. And it's like that. It's like either you with us or you're not. And if you're human, you're just like them. So I can't look at you the same way. Yeah. So I felt it. It was powerful on that note. Very powerful on that note.
All right, so we'll go ahead and move on from Logan, and we'll get into because I know you're a big Goat Power Ranger fan, right?
I love Power Rangers. I should have wore the shirt.
I'm an OG Power Ranger fan, so I'm pretty much I liked like the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, probably season 1 through 3. I got a little bit into Zeo, then I kind of dropped off at Turbo when they had that kid come in as the Blue Ranger. But
I'm the new Blue Ranger.
Yeah. So man, I mean, and my thoughts going into this movie is that at first I was a little worried because of I was worried about the marketing. I was like, why are we getting all these toys and these toys spoiling everything? Like, that's a weird way to market your movie by coming out with toys first instead of seeing that stuff in a trailer. But at first I thought it was going to be like more of a Chronicle vibe, and it does have a Chronicle vibe to it. And it looks like it's going to be Chronicle mixed with Transformers a little bit, but I just hope it doesn't, Michael Bay's not doing it, so it's going to have some type of story to it. What are your thoughts on the Ranger movie?
I think a lot of people are going to be mad with me about this, but I think it's a go. I was a little skeptical on certain things, but it was more of me reliving my childhood and expecting certain things. You know, like you guys see my background and back. You know, I love my Power Rangers, man.
Saba, you got Saba back there.
Yeah, I got Saba, man. I got Megazords in storage. I got stuff. I still got my stuff, but it's just when you see that, you think, man, this has to be Power Rangers. But then you have to think in a movie base. If they brought that out, and I'm gonna be real, Power Rangers is trash, but it's good trash. It's kid trash. Like when we were kids, we watched it and be like, okay, this is dope.
Yeah.
You know, but
I think Power Rangers is that type of show where they can actually improve on it, you know, in the movies, because they're gonna add all this lore to like Rita and Zordon, and like back in the day, they used to be Rangers. Like it's one of those properties where yes, it's awesome, but it's kind of like trash as kids. It's like they mix like Super Sentai or whatever to you know, scenes from like the humans with their helmets off, but it's a franchise where they can definitely improve upon with the technology we have today, the new suits, the Zords and stuff like that. So I'm kind of intrigued. I hated Goldar. I'm not gonna lie about Goldar.
He looked weak. He looked weak. He looked feeble. I was like, why are you looking like that?
Yeah, but I think I talked about it because I do a podcast with my sister, and we talked about how I think the perfect sequence of villains. I think they should go Rita for the first movie. And then at the end, you know, do that epic Green Ranger evil flame tease at the end, and we have the evil Green Ranger as the villain for the second. And then you gotta treat Lord Zed like a Thanos. I think either he's gonna have to be, you know, in the third movie, or they said they want to do 6 movies. So I don't know about all that.
Hey, if it works out, it's for the best. I feel you on that. One thing about Goddard, I want to get on before I forget, but they might be running Goddard like Scorpino. Remember how like she would be like this cute Asian chick, and then when she get big, she turned to this ugly scorpion-looking monster.
Yeah.
So Goddard might actually kind of be like a straight-up warrior, and then when he gets large, he kind of transitions into some ugly, weak-looking monster.
Yeah.
So I'm praying for that. Now, I get with the Lord Zed as like the Thanos factor overall seer, because if you remember in Power Rangers, he had like that epic Zord. I can't remember the name of it.
It was that serpent.
Yeah, and it was the most powerful Zord, right?
Yeah.
And Lord Zed was like, you know, he was head honcho of all that stuff. So to see the transition, like I think the main reason I really want to see Power Rangers, honestly, is to see the backstory.
Yeah.
I don't care about the suits. That's tight. They got powers. More power to it. But just to see the backstory with Bryan Cranston as Zordon, a dimensional being, and how him and Rita end up meeting up with each other, and just I think that's gonna be epic.
Yeah, and I think I have the same kind of feelings in terms of the nostalgic. I can't wait for it, and I hope it's not going to be like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle type situation where they kind of revamp it, and you know, it ends after like 2 movies. I think they announced they're not going to do any more of those, but I was a big Turtle fan too, and those movies by Michael Bay, they're just eye candy, I guess, for a little bit, but no substance behind it. But yeah, I have hopes for this Power Ranger movie.
What Power Rangers, they did one thing that I loved. They were fighting.
Yes.
Once I saw that, I said, okay, we got something good.
And the Zords themselves, like in the show, you never really had the Zords fight one-on-one. Like there were times you had the Tyrannosaurus Rex fight like the Dragon Zord by itself, or fight Goldar, but you never really had like the saber-tooth tiger or the frog like just battle but in the trailer we got the saber-tooth tiger like leap onto Goldar, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they jumped that fool.
Yeah. One thing I was gonna say about the Goldar theory that you said is that the theory going around is that Rita pretty much makes her putties or her monsters with everything that's surrounding, and you know that's why you see some putties are like rocky type things. And people are saying that she's going to enter into like a jewelry shop or a gold shop. And that's pretty much how Goldar is going to be made, but with the elements around. You know what I'm talking about?
All right, the putties I can get. Goldar, that's weak.
Made with some earrings and some necklaces.
You'll see a monkey across the street going to grab him and say, oh, put it. I mean, if it plays out right, it plays out right. But, you know, I think it's going to win. Ninja Turtles failed because they didn't fight.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles is all about flipping, and you have these 6-9 foot turtles in the sewers. they took everything away from turtles, and the whole origin of them made no sense. Oh, they was in a lab, so they read a book and learned martial arts. Like, that's trash, man. It's garbage, man. They should have just went to the Rokosaki story and just went straight from
Yeah,
Japan.
and then injecting what's her name, Megan Fox, April into the origin. Weird.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't talk about Megan Fox, cause she'll come at you, bro. I was at WonderCon last year we was in the hall. We was at the Ninja Turtle Hall, and some of them nerdy geeks went up there, and they thought they was gonna do some intellect dissing. She destroyed them.
Wow.
She destroyed each and last one of them. They sat there and they tucked that head in the ground like an ostrich.
What did she say? I mean, she was
they was like, are you going? I remember this one. He's like, are you going to actually like fight in this movie or something? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna fight. All they gonna do is CG my neck and then have the rest of my body move, So I'm gonna do that. Hey, Stephen, should we do that? And Stephen Mills he's like, you're trying to get harder than she like,
so she was like super like defensive and super like.
Well, they were being disrespectful. They were disrespectful, man. Don't come at that woman like that. You know dang well she ain't finna kick nobody. None of the April O'Neils did in any movie. Yeah. I want to see which April did something. They all were news reporters. Yeah. She done more. She did some running. She sweated a little bit. None of the Aprils did that. Actually, I think what's her name did in part 1 when it was on fire when she was looking out the window.
Yeah, she also tied up her blouse, in that one scene in the trailer.
It was hot. Yeah, give you something to watch. The Turtles weren't doing shit. They were not fighting.
Yeah.
They wasted Shredder.
All right, let's go ahead and move on through Power Rangers. The next on my list, we have Thor Ragnarok. How hyped for you for? Are you a big Marvel movie guy? Because I know you love DC, but
I'm a comic book guy, man.
All right, cool.
I'm a DC to heart. First love is DC, but I love comic books, man. A lot of people don't believe that for some reason. Because if I say like, Spider-Man look weak, oh, you're a DC fanboy. Like that's just what I say. But
yeah.
I'm excited for Ragnarok.
Yeah, I've made predictions on this show that I think that it's gonna outgross Wonder Woman. Like I think with the addition of the Hulk and the you're gonna have the Strange cameo in there. It's gonna be like not a mini Avengers movie, but you have enough in there. You have Hulk freaking battling Thor in like a gladiator arena. Like it's gonna be a spectacle, and I think it's gonna rival the money in terms of matching Wonder Woman.
I will say this. You might have something on that, but it depends, man. Like if Wonder Woman has a legit fight scene, right?
Yeah.
A legit fight scene, I think Wonder Woman might top it because number one, she's the first woman on screen superhero. That's gonna bring women out.
Is it?
That's gonna bring.
Is it though?
Yeah, because you gotta look at it. The women are gonna come out because you got the little girls. They're gonna finally have something to look up to. I have a daughter myself, and she's gonna watch it. I know we're gonna watch it more than once.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you. Gal Gadot is bomb. She looks good. Small, but she still look good.
She does look good, yeah.
And then the perverts are gonna go watch it. So you got all this stuff going for it. And then in fact, if it's a good movie, game. Mm-hmm. Ragnarok, we already seen. So we already seen Thor. We already know what he's about. We know what the Hulk's gonna do. The main thing I'm really excited. I want to see Doctor Strange in it. I want to see what he's gonna really bring to the table. But
yeah,
it's falling. It's during November, so a lot of people are kind of like in school, finals.
Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff going on, so people might not catch that movie.
That's my birthday month. No one cares about November. Everyone's getting ready for Christmas.
You know what I'm saying?
Skip right past my birthday. Be like, when's Christmas coming up? Yep. But going back to what you said, you make some good points for Wonder Woman in terms of it being the first. It's always, everyone makes jokes about YouTube and being the first, but being first is kind of important. Like, Wonder Woman is probably the famous, like the most well-known woman superhero out there, and it's going to be her own solo film. So that could be, that could play to the novelty that people are gonna be like, all right, I gotta go see it's a spectacle. And like you said, we have seen, multiple Avengers movies, and we have seen the Thor and Hulk already. But I think I'm saying this is because the rapport and the trust that we have with Marvel, that they don't really have any flops, and none of their movies really disappoint in terms of money.
Well, yeah, it's gonna make money because it's like I think it comes right after Justice League too. So if Justice League's a big letdown, we're gonna need something to revive our lives. So you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, let's go watch this Ragnarok. But I think, you know, what you take in Thor's, if Ragnarok remotely comes to a point where Thor is not a joke anymore, and you give him some type of background, some dialogue with no corny jokes, and just get into it, Ragnarok will be a better film, action wise, more on that note. But Wonder Woman overall film is I think it's gonna destroy, bro. Because
I feel like we've seen Wonder Woman movie in Captain America, the first Avenger.
The settings, I will say so, but with Captain America, I just watched that movie too. What killed Captain America was the beginning was dope. It was so Captain America, how he started running and he couldn't control it. He went to the glass. It was like, oh, okay, this makes sense, tight. And then they took that weapon and put him on Broadway, and it just kind of neutralized everything.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is going to be one of the most, like, Wonder Woman's a feminist, man. You know what I mean? And she's gonna be strong-willed, and in the fight, and see her transition from this Amazonian woman to caring for men and having heart and love. It's going to be so much emotions with her that I think is going to gravitate towards the audience in so many ways.
Let me tell you the real reason why I think that Wonder Woman's in trouble. Because Patty Jenkins said that Suicide Squad was more than great, right? When everyone came out, you know, bashing Suicide Squad, she was like, no, I saw the movie. What are you talking about? Suicide Squad is more than a great movie. She said that.
And Robert Downey Jr. also said Iron Man 2 was better than Dark Knight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I mean,
touche.
Some people say things and they just say it to say it, man. You know, we gotta watch it. Because you know, daggone well, Iron Man 2 was nowhere near the Dark Knight, and he said it. And when he said it, I boycotted Robert Downey Jr. for 6 months. I ain't watched none of those movies. And Tropic Thunder came out that August, and I missed out of it because I was mad at him, dude.
Yeah, I don't even remember that quote. I don't even remember him saying that.
What the heck? Because he was mad. He was like, I don't know what all the buzz is about. Iron Man 2 is a better movie. What the fuck? But he knows it wasn't. You know what I mean?
He was just playing teams, man. Just like probably Patty Jenkins was playing teams. Like, I'm on Team DC, I'm Team Marvel, and stuff like that. All right. You know? Let's get away from Ragnarok then. We'll go into Spider-Man, your boy, Spider-Man Homecoming.
I got a lot to say about that one.
All right. What do you think overall in terms of, how do you think it'll do? Do you think it's going to be a good movie? What do you think about the plot so far?
Spider-Man 2 looks fun, but it looks childish. And it could work for him if they do it right. You know what I mean? If they show the transition of Peter Parker from a kid to a young adult, and then show transition over to a young adult to an actual grown man, then I think it would work. It's going to get money just because he's a child now.
And it's Spider-Man?
Really exactly. They're like, oh my God, Mom. All that stuff. But, you know, the Vulture as a villain, I like it. He just looked weak. I like the fact because it's like an old-ass man versus a young-ass kid. And when you have that, that's that maturity level that Peter Parker has to learn. You have to outwit this grown man that's been on this planet probably like 60, 70 years. Yeah. And you're only 14.
And I think you feel more emotionally connected to the kid too, because he is a kid. But yeah, I kind of agree with you with the Vulture. I kind of like that one line he had in the trailer, like, don't mess with me or I'll kill everyone you know, and stuff like that. It's really... I kind of liked his face, how it's all wrinkly, like the classic Vulture. I don't know about the whole tech thing. The tech thing kind of reminds me of like Green Goblin vibes, the first Green Goblin. But I get what you're saying in terms of being like more targeted in terms of the demographic to like a teenager BuzzFeed MTV type audience. It kind of feels, that's how the trailer feels to me. It's very BuzzFeed, very MTV. And that could be a good thing, except they have to make the movie, you know, for adults too. Like it can't just be like a kid's, you know, movie.
And that's where the Michael Keaton part come in with the Vulture. You know what I mean? I think if they can really capture that factor, we can all agree with it, because it's kind of like Toy Story in this thing. You know how Toy Story, you look at it and you're like, it's a kid movie, but you know you relate to it in so many ways. You know, you see the transition of a toy. A toy either gets replaced, a toy ends up becoming an antique or a collector's item, and then you grow out of your toys and you give them away or you throw them in the trash. That is how Spider-Man has to grow up in a certain way, and if you can show that with the Vulture and him, I think it'll be a good film, but it won't make a lot. It'll make money, but it won't hit like it should because of other failures.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll see with that. All right. Next on my list, Justice League. He's shaking his head. Shaking your head already, man. All right.
Dude, they need to hire me, man, so I can write for Warner Brothers.
Oh man, I thought that trailer that they came out, because I was in there watching at San Diego Comic-Con where they dropped that trailer with that with the whole Batman fish joke at the end. I just thought that trailer was awful, man. I have a lot of problems with the trailer, and it doesn't have to do with one character. Like, I'm not digging Ezra Miller's like social awkward comedy. It reminds me of like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Like, they could both be reading the same lines from the same script.
Comparison. I like that.
But yeah, man, I have fears for this just because the novelty is gone. Like, we've already seen, the Marvel did it already. We've already seen a movie where you have a bunch of heroes and they're teaming up for the first time, and you saw them interact. So that's a novelty. Marvel got there first. But I still see where Justice League. We haven't seen Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, and them interact. So I think it has that going for it. But I don't know, man. Anything Snyder's connected to, I don't know, man. Don't have faith in it.
I'm more heartbroken than you are with Zack Snyder, because I had a lot of hope with Zack Snyder. I thought Man of Steel was done. It was a good introduction to the universe, and he kind of just like went madman and just effed it all up. Ezra Miller is a trash Flash, and y'all can quote me on that. Number one reason why he don't look like the Flash, he's a nerd. See, they're going back with that.
The nerd,
man.
Yeah,
I ain't got time for that, man. Barry Allen's cool, man.
Yeah.
He's
why
smart.
Why isn't Ezra playing Wally?
Not even Wally. He don't need to be a Flash. He don't look like. Look, first off, Flash is like clearly like I wish I had my encyclopedias. I got my encyclopedia somewhere. But Flash is I'm running about 6'2", between 6'2", 6'5", first off.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck's like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
There's no reason why Flash is shorter than him. Flash should be up there. He should be this is a seasoned Flash.
We're getting hipster Flash, man. That's what we're getting.
And where's the hipster been existing since the 70s? This is Flash, bro. Like Flash. The problem with this whole universe, and I'm gonna say it, and a lot of people disagree with me with this, but it's because you take Frank Miller's freaking bullshit novelties, the novel,
which is an Elseworld story. It's a freaking it's like
what if?
Yeah, a what if. It's not the quintessential Batman. It's not the quintessential freaking universe.
You can't do that, and that's where it messes it up. And then they say, you know what? This is great. Let's put Injustice in this because that video game made money. What the fuck? That's another what if story.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You have to go to the core. I think the whole, this is why Marvel is destroying, because they took the Ultimate Universe, which is an actual guideline,
yeah, and
they coexisted with the original stories.
Yeah.
Because the Ultimate is kind of really like the original. It's just a revamping to clean up a lot of the stuff that they did.
Yeah.
And it works. If they had just went to the 1970s Justice League, transitioned all the way from the Bronze Age to the Bronze Age and
Silver.
Silver's too old. Bronze Age to I forgot what it's
Modern.
Called. Modern, yeah. You go to modern. If you transition it well like that, you have something great because you will show the maturity level in the characters, and it works. Because Batman, I think he shined the most in the 70s. That's when, after we got the campy Adam West, everyone was like, Batman's a joke. Oh my gosh.
All right, keep ranting, man. Keep going.
Yeah. But no, like I think if you was to do it like that, where after the transition with Adam West, Batman was always like he was considered a joke, just like Flash. Aquaman. Yeah. Batman was considered a joke. Adam West, even though I love the original Batman stuff.
Yeah.
But,
it's campy. It's super campy.
And that's what he ended up being. But then Dennis O'Neil said, you know what, Batman's better than this. You know what I mean? And he made this dark and gritty, slender, freaking Detective Batman, the blue and the gray, man, and that blue and the gray lasted like 30 years. After the 70s, blue and gray Batman was legit until they came out with the Batman movie. Well, 20 years until they came out with the Batman movie. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that's where the Batman should have went. And then in the 70s and the early 80s, that's when we got Darkseid. You know, Jack Kirby came through, was like, hey, I got these characters, man, the Apocalypse, you know what I mean, the new guys, the High Father, and it works. Wonder Woman was that feminist, you know what I mean? She was all women power, you know?
Yeah.
And to take those personalities and throw them in a Justice League, you're going to have conflict, but you're going to have it all going for one reason, to help mankind. And that's where they effed up at.
Yeah. I have Wonder Woman and Guardians of the Galaxy left on my list, but I want to get into the DCEU. Like, I want to continue going on this route. Do you have anything quick to say about Guardians? Wait, let me ask you one question before the Guardian thing. Were you a fan of the dance-off finale? Yes or no?
Of Guardians?
Yeah, where Star-Lord dances off and then defeats Ronan.
Nah.
Okay.
I thought that was a stupid cop-out, man. Ronan destroyed, like, it's. I'm going to do it quick on this one.
All right.
If you watch the Avengers, you see that Loki talks to that alien thing, right? And he gets punked by him. Like, he punks him.
Yeah.
And then Ronan goes and crushes that fool's face. And then loses to these 5. They're not even the tight Guardians, neither. They're not even the real ones.
Yeah, I hated that. I hated him dancing and then Ronan staring at him all stupid, like, what are you doing? You know, he's going like this. Oh, just terrible.
The real Ronan would have just hit him with that hammer and bashed his skull open.
Dude, Ronan was back talking Thanos in that movie. He was talking back to Thanos on the freaking throne. So, and then they could have made him, a real threat, and they could even brought him back in Infinity Wars, but he's dead. He's gone, so no more Ronan.
And what's his name? Batista's character was a waste too. All that yap and got served.
Rags. Yeah. I mean,
oh, man.
I mean, Guardians is gonna be what it is. It's gonna be a silly, fun adventure type thing. It's not gonna be too serious. It's not gonna be huge stakes. I don't think. And I mean, it's gonna be Guardians pretty much, just like the first one, except a sequel.
But we're gonna take it. It's gonna really appeal to the children this time around because you got Baby Groot.
Yeah,
all the little kids on a Baby Groot toy because I'm finna buy one. You know what I mean? And it's gonna say Groot, and it's gonna be tight, man.
All right, DCEU. I wanted to say something real quick that just one of the biggest problems to me is, like you said, being trying to take stuff from like the Dark Knight Returns or Frank Miller's stuff, and we really haven't gotten like a definitive DC, like with the definitive characters on screen yet. Marvel decided to do that with their universe, like we're getting like that's Captain America, that's Iron Man, that's Thor and stuff like that. But yeah, like DC decided to give us Dark Superman, Dark Aquaman, Batman's already dark. Who else they're gonna dark up? I don't even know what they're gonna do. Cyborg, Wonder Woman, the tone and everything is grayscale. He's dark
by default.
Who?
Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg.
He's black.
I just got that now. I was like, what the heck? But yeah, like I feel like changing the core essence was such a bold move. Like having Superman kill and snap Zod's neck, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll live with it. But guess what? Like he better have learned his lesson, or what's going on here? In the second movie, Batman v Superman, he didn't learn no lesson. He was ready to go kill Batman. And then the Batman killing thing, Batman being older, they wrote themselves into a corner with the Batman being like pushing 50. And the fact that he's already killed, so why not? Why can't you? Why has he not killed the Joker? Or the next time he sees the Joker, he should automatically snap Joker's neck. Like, why keep him alive if you're killing unanimous henchmen?
This goes to bad writing, and I hate it. You know what I mean? It's like when you write certain things. I'm not a famous writer or nothing like that. But I write stories and stuff just so I can get myself somewhere one day with that. But when you write stuff, you have to really, like, for instance, like Batman. We all know Batman's moral code.
Yes.
And I get it. It's an older, bitter Batman. It's like Logan. Like, he's bitter. He's going to be killing people now. He ain't got no time, man. It's either I let this young cat get on me and kill me, or I take them out quickly. So I get that, but you can't. His kills weren't tasteful. It wasn't the fact he killed; they weren't tasteful, and the audience saw it. Because if you watch Captain America is a cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a soldier, though. He's a soldier.
That's his excuse. Captain America went in there on Civil War and hit 3 people with that shield across their neck. It snapped, it broke, spine, they dead. They ain't coming back. But it was tasteful. You know what I mean? Anytime you hit somebody with a shield in their face of antimonium and vibranium and all that good shit, you're dead. So, but it was tasteful. Batman, the way they edited, because if you watch the cut version, the edit version, the original one, he looked like a stone cold murderer. But if you watch the edition, the special edition one, he didn't look so bad. It was like he was trying to avoid the situation, but they kept coming, so he was like, I got to take them out. So it works a little bit. What they have done is put themselves at a wall with DCU by not combining the universes well. This is a problem. Like, it's like, I don't know if you watched my Ben Affleck episode, but I was talking about how, you know, Donald Trump is behind DC Universe because they're just signing shit. They're just signing everything off. They're like, you know, hey, here, sign it. Here, take it.
Yeah, Rock, Dwayne Johnson, you want a movie? Here you go. Deadshot, you get you want a solo movie? Will Smith, here you go. Gotham City Sirens, because people liked Harley Quinn, here you go. Like, here you go. Make it.
That's dumb. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I watched a video on how you would have done the DCU, and it's some stuff that you've done that I like, and it's some things that I would have done differently. It's because the development, like, it's good to have dark characters, but if you have a dark characters, you basically have what's the team called? Lord Justice? What's it?
The Crime Syndicate or something like that, or Justice Lords or something like that.
Justice Lord, exactly. You end up getting a Justice Lord. So that means there's no morality.
We basically have Ultraman as Superman right now. I mean, you could just switch the names.
When he killed Zod, I'm gonna be honest with you. When he killed Zod, I liked it because number one, Zod's not human.
Yeah.
Superman has killed aliens before. That ain't a problem.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to, but Zod wasn't human.
Yeah.
The problem is everyone looks at Zod as a human form because he looks somewhat of human. Humanity is like human in him, but he's not. So when Superman snapped that neck, it was like, yeah, that's tight. I love this shit. The problem is he didn't learn.
Yes, exactly. I was fine with him snapping Zod's neck, but I wasn't fine with him. And you know that moment where he lets out that yell, like, that should have been his moment where he was like, never again, you know? Never
again. And it's kind of like how, even on Spider-Man part, when they always throw that stupid quote in, it gets on my nerve, with great power takes great responsibility. It took a lot for him to learn from that because Spider-Man socked somebody so hard he shattered their fucking skull. Yeah. So when he did that, that's where the maturity level came, where Spider-Man said, I have to hold back. I can't, because if I don't, I can kill somebody. And Superman's supposed to learn that. Batman is always supposed to be that dark figure. And when you do anything Justice League, Batman should be there a couple times. More so, you see Bruce Wayne, not really Batman.
Another question: why is Batman putting the team together when in almost every version of the Justice League I've seen, he's always been that fringe character who doesn't even want to fucking be part of the team? He wants to, like, oh, I'll help you guys out with what you need, all right, but I'll be over here doing my own thing, patrolling Gotham. But in this DCU, he's like the ringleader, dude. He's going around recruiting. I was like, what the he shouldn't even want to be part of the superhero fan club. He always calls it. Just so backwards.
Ben Affleck. That's why he's doing it.
Yeah.
No, but all honesty, man, they effed that up. You know, Zack Snyder does hate Superman, and it's proven. He hates Superman, and it sucks because Superman's a great character, I think. A lot of people hate Superman because they can't relate to him, and that's fine. That's why they always try to find things to beat Superman. They say, oh my gosh, Goku will serve Superman up. Oh my God, One Punch Man, he'll beat Superman. Oh my God, Batman. It's because they hate Superman, and that's fine. Superman, I understand he's OP. Then that means you need to make an OP movie. Yeah. Period. Don't dumb down Superman because you got to dumb down the characters. Yeah. The Justice League movie could have worked. You know what I mean? It's certain things like, I actually 2 days ago I was at work and I was talking to one of my customers. He's a big fan of this stuff too, and we were talking about it, and we just started brainstorming how we could have did the DCU, and I might do an episode on that. But it's how you put stuff in, like you Batman's always dark. Wonder Woman is between the lines. That's why it's a trinity. Superman is the golden child.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman
the Boy Scout.
Exactly. Wonder Woman's like,
Wonder Woman's a warrior.
She's
She's an ambassador for peace, but then she's also will go out there and battle.
And then Batman's that battle.
Yeah,
all the time. Batman don't hold back. Batman, because he's human. Why hold back when I can die? So you got somebody that's 3 steps ahead of everybody on the team. And then you have to have Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, whichever one you prefer. It depends. If you bring in Jon Stewart, you have to bring in Wally West.
Because if you go with Jon Stewart, that's no comedy at all. It's very dry humor, and you need the Wally West comedy in there. Also, they were in the cartoon together, which it would make sense. But if you bring Hal Jordan, he's I guess they're trying to turn him into a comedian, even though he hasn't always been a comedian.
Hal Jordan's was more like the cockiness.
Yeah.
The cockiness and
confidence.
The confidence in him, which balances off with Barry, because Barry gains his confidence, but it's kind of like 2 smart, witty characters, like in their own special way. You remember Transformers Part 2, right?
I stopped after the first movie.
All right, but there's 2 characters in there, and they're stupid, but it works. They're both dumb, but it's more on the witty side. Like one would be able to good at this. One is cocky and on his looks, and he's swagged out, and then one's cocky because he's smarter.
Yeah.
And he's swagged out. So that's what makes Barry and Hal just so perfect together, and that's why they get along. If you take that and you put Wally with Hal Jordan, it's going to be a confrontation. Because number one, they're gonna concentrate so much on competing with each other, the job's not gonna get done. So that's where they messed up at. The personalities, man. The personalities matter in comic books, man. If you don't do it right, it kills it.
I think it's all Superman's parents' fault and how they raised him. Like, you got Superman over there, he's pulling a ship with a chain. He's got a sour face on. He's helping people, but he looks pissed off about it. I was like, this Superman hates his job, man. Like, this Superman is not happy about saving people. He's not smiling. He's like doomed to be Superman. I was like, what? That's not a Superman.
Bro, when his mom said you don't owe this world anything, I almost blew up.
Oh,
dude. What you talking about? Nigga, your parents sit them down here. You're responsible. Save us. We ain't got no powers, bro.
She's like, be their hero or be nothing at all. I was like, okay, thanks for the non-advice. What the fuck does that mean?
Mark asked his daddy, said, should I just let them die? Maybe so. Fuck! These are kids. You have powers. Save them. Dude,
oh man, bad parenting. That's why we got the Superman we got.
When his dad died was the breaking point.
The tornado, dude. Going back to, I don't know if you watched Smallville or if you watched like the first Superman movies where his dad dies of a heart attack, something that Superman cannot stop. Like, not as powerful as he is, like there's just some things biologically that he can't do except reverse time, but that he ain't gonna do that. But like that was much more of an emotional, deeper moment because, with all his power, he couldn't stop it. This stupid tornado thing, I'm over here sitting thinking like, dude, he could zoom fast, he can grab him, no one's gonna see him. I'm like,
but whole town knew he had powers.
20 minutes later, he reveals himself as Superman.
Like, he could have just ran by and just grabbed his dad.
Yeah.
Like,
he could have grabbed his dad.
Tornado.
He could have changed into a Superman suit, grabbed his dad, changed out of a Superman suit, and then no one would have. And then in the time that no one would have suspected anything.
The crazy thing is, no one was concentrating on Clark. There's a tornado going on.
Exactly.
Like, just go. You could have just went in the side. I'm gonna say my dad real quick.
It's little decisions like that where it's just unbelievable. And then, do you want to talk about Martha? Do we even need to go there?
I like the actress though.
Amy.
Yeah. I love Amy Adams, man. She looked good. Oh my god.
I saw Arrival yesterday.
I don't know. I'm attracted to redhead people. Amy Adams is tight. Lois Lane, waste of time. She's dead.
She didn't need to be in that movie. She could have been in a Man of Steel sequel, because that's where she fits. Definitely didn't need to have a big part in Batman versus Superman. The title itself, Superman had like 20 lines of dialogue in a movie called Batman v Superman, and the fight itself, a lot of people say, oh, well, at least we got a cool fight. I thought the fight was fucking whack and lame. I thought it was slow compared to a lot of the Marvel stuff. I was like, This is what we got in a movie called Batman vs Superman.
She the Wonder Woman did her thing, but
Yeah.
there was the problem with that whole movie is they. I'm not even gonna say they rushed it because I think people rush it and end up being better than this. They didn't care. You know what I mean? Because somebody told me this too. They said something about Bill Gates. They said Bill Gates says he wants to hire the most laziest person because they find the easiest way to get shit done.
Uh-huh.
So this was just people just didn't care. I could have wrote this shit in 10 minutes and made it better than this.
Yeah,
this
man.
movie, you can't go against. Look, I don't know if you guys read The Death of Superman, your subscribers and stuff like that. But in The Death of Superman was so epic because it builds up to Doomsday.
Yes.
We were always trying to figure out what the hell this situation was going to happen. And then we had a chance to see Martian Manhunter, who was created, the comic book designers was created to make Martian Manhunter to be Superman when Superman's not available.
Yeah.
So when he goes head up with Doomsday and can't get it done, and Superman comes out the sky, grabs that shoulder and says, I'll handle this. That's powerful. That's epic. That's like this Superman about to wreck this fool.
Yeah.
And we see him die from the results. That gives Doomsday. Doomsday's a cold mofo right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they butchered it. Wonder Woman had no business.
No, man. Superman's death was not earned. Like, it's unbelievable to me that there are people crying in the theater. I was like, you care about this Superman that he died? I was like, really? You really care? You're invested in this Superman and you care that much that he died? I felt like his death was not earned. I think it was a mistake to go from, all right, first movie, who was the enemy in Man of Steel? We went from Zod to Lex to Doomsday. Doomsday should be a villain like in the end of a trilogy at least. Like, why bring Doomsday into the second movie? That is completely ridiculous to me. Doomsday himself, the whole plan to do it was ridiculous. You have Lex Luthor mixing his DNA with the DNA of Zod, and then you get a beast. And Doomsday was about to kill his creator as soon as he was created. He was about to kill Lex. So great plan, Lex. What was your plan? To create Doomsday to just be killed by him? And then what are you gonna do if Doomsday defeats Superman? Just let him. What are you gonna do then? It's just so stupid. It was so freaking dumb, dude.
It's so Superman is so tight, man. But they just really Superman could have been like. I'll give you a taste of what I want to talk about on my channel, but I had an idea.
No, go for it, man. Plug yourself.
I'll lay it out on my channel too, but I'll just give you a little sample. If I had done this, I know a lot of people want Superman. They wanted Superman dead, yada yada yada. But that Doomsday would have been to me like if you have to either build to Doomsday throughout certain cinematic universes, but I wouldn't have never used him first.
Yeah.
Doomsday's too butchered, like too brutal. Like he just wants to fight.
Yeah.
You have to base a movie on something more epic.
They tried to do Lex and him being a mastermind and pulling the strings and get Batman and Superman to fight each other. That was
Lex
they
was in there?
tried.
Yeah. I thought a Riddler. He had riddles in there, man. Riddle me this.
He was like putting Jolly Ranchers in people's mouths, right? That's Lex Luthor for you.
I was just talking to Jody Joe about that, man. Like, dude, like this fool Superman didn't even have all his powers, bro. You're telling me Batman found your mom in 5 minutes when you could have used your super hearing,
dude.
Saw her from a distance.
When I was in the theater when I was watching this, I was like, so Superman, why are you letting Batman go save your mom? I was like, it would be much better and faster if you went to go save your mom instead of Batman. And then also he has this deep connection with Lois Lane, like he's able to save her in a heartbeat when she's pushed off a ledge, but you don't have the connection with your own mom.
And why was Gotham across the street? Like that makes no sense. Bruh, like Gotham was right there. Like there's Gotham. Oh snap,
dude, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kinda liked that ideology of the two, the ghetto city or whatever, the Gotham and the dark, riddled with crime. I'm getting a subscriber alert. And then, you have the snobby, what's it called? Metropolis with all the rich people. I kind of liked that dynamic, but they didn't play it up enough.
Now, listen to this. So, if you move to Metropolis, that means Superman's been in Metropolis. He's done his thing. He's done all that, right?
Yeah.
You telling me you ain't seen a bat signal across the street?
He didn't even know. Wait, did he really not know who Bruce Wayne was when he stepped out of that car?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, who is this guy? You live across the street. That means you're that You don't know nothing. You're weak.
Terrible journalist, man. Are you kidding me? Bruce Wayne should be like a Trump, dude. Everyone should know Bruce Wayne's name, even the most stupidest person.
Bruh, if you watch Superman Returns, his mother said, go be the best you can be, but don't be like that guy in Gotham. She knew who he was in Superman Returns. What the fuck? It's dumb. Bruh, that is dumb.
And everybody who's watching this right now probably thinks we're like the biggest DC flame guys or whatever, or we're just like flaming on it so hard. But just know that, like, I know Jay said that he loves DC. I love DC. And this is more, you know, it's critiquing, but then it's also out of disappointment. Like, we're just disappointed. And, you know, we see the potential that these movies could be, and we see the potential in all these characters. And it's just such a huge letdown that they decided to go the route they did. And I mean, all right, let's kind of switch gears into what they could do at this point to patch some holes into that sinking ship and start to bring it back up again. Are they going to need a major rehaul of the characters? Are they going to need Superman to come back from the dead, being resurrected? He's gonna come back the real Superman? What do they need to do?
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man.
Or are you at reboot right now?
I'm at the point where they have so many good actors and actresses playing these roles, it's gonna hurt. Because now you're gonna have to find people to fill those shoes in certain ways.
Yeah.
See, personally, what I would do is hire me, and what I would do is just quit.
Let 4 years go by and then do it the right way.
Not even that.
Not even 4 years.
Just say F it. Scrap all projects. We're gonna take some of the characters. Some people gonna make the cut. Some people aren't. Right. And what I would do is, because Ben Affleck, I think, is the best Batman, I would make two Batmans. I would make a Batman solo film with Ben Affleck as an older Batman and get someone to play him as a younger Batman in the Justice League film. That's how I would do it, because I want to see that greedy Batman, but I also want to see the Batman I love.
We want to see Batman in his prime, right?
Exactly. Because if you get Batman in his prime, then you have a Nightwing in his prime. You have a Robin in his prime. Yeah. Like, they're talking about putting a female Robin in here, bro. Where's Dick Grayson? I want to see Nightwing, man.
Yeah. At this point, Grayson should have already been in Bloodhaven for who knows how long. Damian Wayne should already be in this universe. If Batman's pushing 50, he should already be in Ra's al Ghul, ready to leave it and say, "Hey, what's up, Dad?" Man.
It's what they need to do is they need to get off the whole, let's put a black character in there and take Cyborg out. Take Cyborg out. If you want to do a black character, just do Jon Stewart and give me Martian Manhunter. Make him turn to a brother or something. You know what I mean? We need. I'm okay. Like, okay, they effed up. Now, I would revamp the whole thing, fix everything, just change it and change everything the way it is. But if you're gonna go on moving forward, what I would do personally, I would have just put Martian Manhunter in there and let him be the Superman of the team and watch Superman develop himself. Because Martian Manhunter is damn near Superman. He just can't see him. You know what I mean? There's no Wonder Woman's OP now, but there's really nobody that's going to be able to take on anything from Apocalypse. They're going to get wrecked. You know what I mean? There's no flight in the team. Who's flying? Everybody's grounded. So they finna get served up.
We have a suggestion here from one of the J Squad members, Chris Black. He says, "Flashpoint is the only way."
Chris, man, look, bro. I know you've been following for a while, G. Look, I'm gonna have to say no, because then we still gonna have that whack Flash.
And we're gonna have a Thomas Wayne Batman, which is we pretty much have Thomas Wayne right now. That's the Thomas Wayne Batman we have.
Those type of comic books are like what if type stuff. You know, we got to get to the ground floor with this, man. We got to set the real Batman, the real Flash. Like, that stuff would come great to have. Like, it would be great to have, like, if you want to do a what if movie. You know what I mean? But it doesn't. Good looking on that subscribing right there. I love that. It doesn't help. It's like, all right, you're gonna rewind everything, but then Superman's gonna be. We already used to seeing Henry Cavill so emo.
Yeah.
That when he ends up smiling, it's gonna look awkward. You're like, ugh, what you doing?
It'd be like, yeah, it'll look super weird.
Gonna be like, I'm here to save the day, everybody. So it's kind of like you have to recast that guy. Wonder Woman, I can see you can brighten her up a little bit. Gal Gadot, she can do her thing.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is good. I like the guy playing Cyborg though. I ain't gonna lie, I liked it, but I think he's just not in the right role. I think he needs to be part of the Teen Titans or Young Justice.
Yes, I don't understand why we're getting a Cyborg solo movie. I think he has enough there to warrant his own solo movie. I think he'd fit better, like you said, as leader of the Titans.
Mm-hmm. It'd be great, you know what I mean? And you able to you could show Nightwing, and it's just so much they could do. They, plain and simple, they just need to really just say F it and start over. Just start over and and take some of the stuff that you got that was good. Like, I think Aquaman looks tight, but he looks, when I see him, I think of Game of Thrones. I can't.
Yeah. He's gonna be like a Wolverine grunter type of Aquaman.
And that's whack, because
Aquaman should be regal. He should be a fucking king. He should be, have those land personalities too, or that land personality.
This is what happens when you let people direct and write scripts that did not read these comic books as kids.
Yeah, and it shows too. It all comes down to the people that they have behind all of these DC movies. They don't really love the material, and they don't really love the characters, because if they did, they'd understand it. Like, I'll go to a specific scene in Batman v Superman that they decided to cut out of the film. I don't know if you remember the scene where the courtroom blows up, right? You got Superman standing there in front of the flames. They took out the scene that says that the wheelchair was lined with lead. And so when you're watching the movie, you're like, why didn't Superman detect that the bomb in the chair? Like, what's going on here? Like, why the F would you take that important, crucial, bit of information out of the theatrical cut if you really understood the character?
And it's bad writing again. Here's one. How the hell does Lex Luthor know to lace it with lead?
Yeah.
And see, it's, and then and what really makes me mad, I think it was David Goyer or something. They said it was like, if you like Martian Manhunter, you're a virgin or some shit like that. Something stupid. He was insulting people. You know what I mean? Because they fucked up, and that's for real. They messed up so bad because you can't assume that the audience knows. I didn't know why. I was sitting there too. One of the things that I hated was that when we looked at Superman didn't even help people, man. He was just there. So when they blew it up, right? When they blew up everything, you see him just book it. Like, damn, he ain't gonna help nobody?
Yeah, he goes and he does his drifter thing where he's like gonna go like leave town and go climb a mountain in Antarctica or somewhere or near the fortress and talk to his dad, who's giving him a metaphor about horses and cake.
And then when the special edition, we see him helping people saying, hey, thanks for helping us, and he's awkward because Henry Cavill, they've created this emo Superman. It just doesn't, I don't know, man. I wish, they could have just, hired a lot. It's like CW, like my boy I work with, shout out to Blake. He always trying to get me to watch The Flash again. I'm done with it, man. I can't do it. I can't, because he ain't never fast enough.
Yeah.
I can't get with it. Like,
I started on the bandwagon, and I started like, oh, this has a lot of charm to it, and I like Grant, but like you said, like it's always got to be faster. It's got to be faster, and I don't know how many speedsters they have at this point. It seems like every season villain is either Zoom, Black Flash, Savitar, Reverse Flash. It's like 4 speedsters right there. Like, they have different rogues that they could use, but they seem to just have the thing where they're just gonna, Barry has to just be faster than all as well.
It is killing the character. That's what made me stop watching it. You know what I mean? It's like Arrow. Like Arrow, they messed Arrow up so much because Deathstroke was such a powerful villain, and then you go with Felicity, and then now you're like, oh, this is all about love interest. Oh crap, here we go again. Damn, man, get it off the screen, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
well, did you like Smallville, or did you not like Smallville?
I like Smallville to season 5, and then they start doing this Arrow stuff.
Okay, because
you know
I mean, I don't want to call myself a hypocrite, but I think, can you say that you like Smallville, but then you don't like what they're doing on the Flash and Arrow and stuff? Because it kind of is the same thing with the whole Lana Lang, Clark Kent, and stuff like that. But the characters in Smallville, Michael Rosenbaum has like one of the best Lexes, I think, ever.
He looked like my high school science teacher, Mr. Orchard.
Did he?
Call him Lex Luthor.
But yeah, man, the CW shows. I didn't term this, but someone said CW stands for cringeworthy, and I don't know. It's just the writing is super formulaic sometimes that I can't deal. Gotham though is a little bit different. Gotham I kind of got back into a little bit.
Gotham rubbed me the wrong way with that one, man. I kind of got off of it, and I ain't looked back since, man. Gotham was starting off. I thought, after season 1, seeing Bruce as a kid, in season 2 we would have saw more of Gotham and less Bruce. Like Bruce probably would have went out on his ventures.
Yeah.
Like I thought they could have did time jumps with the series. Like they could have showed like, okay, Bruce Wayne as a kid in the first season, maybe half of the second, and then we see him transition to a young teenager, like probably like let's say about 17, 18. He tells Alfred like, "Hey, I'm about to go."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
See Alfred and Lucius run the business, but
dude,
at the same time,
you would if you jump in like the past 3 episodes, because I jumped in like 3 episodes ago when they brought back that Jerome character, but like you said, you were right. The season 1 and 2 they focused on Jim Gordon's story, which is really kind of boring. Like, yeah, it's Jim Gordon, the GCPD. No one really cares about that. But then now in this 3rd season, they're kind of focusing more on the beginnings of like baby Jerome, baby Joker, and Bruce's relationship. And this last episode, they had a conversation between Alfred and Bruce, and then I don't know, it gave me goosebumps for the first time ever with the TV show, where Bruce was talking about his one rule, because he was gonna kill baby Jerome with the shard. He looks himself in the mirror. He's like, can't do this, right? But yeah, I would say check out, give it a chance to at least the last 3 episodes with their version of the Joker.
I like that kid too. He was better Joker than Jared Leto.
We haven't even gotten to Suicide Squad.
Jared Leto's trash.
Dude,
oh my gosh, sitting on guys' laps and shit. I'm like, what's going on, bro?
Do you want to get into that, or do you got? I don't want to take up too much of your time here.
No, it's not taking my time. I do have to roll in a minute though, because I got to go get the family and everything.
No problem.
But yeah. Let me see.
All right, give me a closing statement here in terms of I don't know, overall feeling 2017. I mean, which movies do you think? Let's say which movies do you think are gonna be the best?
Smurfs.
Huh?
The Smurfs.
The
For the win.
Smurfs. Lego Batman. Lego Batman, right?
Oh man, you know what? I think I'm more of a category person. You probably notice when you watch my reviews. Like, so I'm more like, I think overall, like, I think I'm gonna really like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna like that film. I'm also gonna like Planet of the Apes. As far as dramatic and story, Planet of the Apes, I think is gonna be dope. Beauty and the Beast is gonna be it's gonna be so cool with the nostalgia factor of it. I think I'm going. Wonder Woman is going to be great for the DC. It's going to bring a little heart into me.
Hopefully, man.
I think I'm gonna review it twice. I'm gonna review it 2 ways on that one. I might go back to my old format. I'm gonna do it as a fan. I'm also gonna do it as a critic. But I think it might be a great balance. I think it might get the same grade on both ends.
Yeah, and I think we can both. I mean, we can both say that we don't want the DCEU to fail. Like, I genuinely want them to do good, and I want them to rebound, because with more competition, if you're pushing, Marvel at something, then it's gonna make everything better for all of us. And you don't want people to get tired, and have that superhero fatigue or that comic book movie fatigue, where people just dread going to see the movie. It's like, or they'll skip on it and be like, it's not gonna. I'll just wait for it to come out on digital or something like that. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on the Geek Show. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, it's cool, man.
Go ahead and just tell everyone where they can check out your channel and where they can follow you on Twitter. I have your little Twitter underneath your little box here, but go ahead and
word. I'm gonna give a shout out to the homeboys out there, Kickback, you know what I mean, /_2, the code, HT3, Jody Joe, C Smith, the Savage One, Fahrenheit, shout out to the homies, and all my subscribers that check me out on here, and thank you guys for having me on your channel, bro. I appreciate it. This is dope. This is a cool experience. I want to do this some more. I gotta get my fam, man. You gotta come out here, man. When you come out here, man, you're more welcome, man. You come on the show, man. We do some episodes, man. Get shit done. I'm really liking this. We're building this comic book universe on YouTube. You know what I mean? And it ain't fake. It ain't none of that. We just doing. We having fun, man. And I love it.
Yeah.
You guys can check me out on J3 Entertainment. It's the real over there, real over here. You know what I mean? Write what you guys feel, man. You know, I just like when people are respectful, man. I hate disrespectful.
All right, cool. I appreciate you coming on again, man. And make sure to follow him at the J3 Life, and then also check out his YouTube channel. And all right, man, take it easy. Thanks for coming on the show. And yeah, I'll have this posted up probably either tomorrow. I think I'll have it up tomorrow. But yeah, man, thanks a lot.
Work.
Appreciate it.
Hey, before I leave, did you check out Justice League Dark yet?
I have not. I have it though. I just haven't watched it yet. Yeah. What do you say?
Way.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? All right, mediocre, so. All right.
All right.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, G. Peace, man. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Hadouken!